And tonight, Stan, we have a matchup featuring two teams with similar systems.
Yeah, look, neither of these teams is ever going to be in a rush. They're very patient offensively, and it's more about player movement and ball movement than it is about pace.
Now the starting group for the visitors. And it's Magician in at the 5, down low.
The first good move in a long chess match between these coaching staffs.
Yeah, now we get to see the counterplay. How you respond is half the battle out there.
Here's Floyd. Can't hit the reverse layup. Here's Mack. Lewis passes to Love, to the wing, right side. Back to Williams. The rebound by Magician. And just about a minute into this first quarter. They set the pick. Floyd. Oh, misses the dunk.
Wow, he doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
Williams finds Love. Oh, here's Love with the jam.
A savage reverse jam. That takes great body control.
No question. He was making a statement right there, man. Floyd, pass to the Magician. To the right side. The 3 is up. And Floyd gets it to go.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Pass to Lewis. Williams from long range. That won't go for him. Now 0 for 2. Gone 1 for 3 so far. To the wing on the left. And the first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. That one's good for 2.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Here's Moore. And right now, he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. They set a pick. Down low. 5 to shoot. Here we go. Pass to Magician. Outside, Williams. Here's Lewis. Cash money on the open jump shot. Lewis has got 6.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Teams deciding to change it up. Just 10 games left. Let's see the playoff race in the West. You take a look at the home team. If the postseason were to start today, they'd be the 7 seed. A game and a half behind. .107 left to play in the first. Fields the pass to the Magician. To the inside. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Back to Williams. Pass to Love. Outside, Williams. Now Love, averaging around 5 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Here's Magician. Williams grabs the board.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Williams on the wing. No luck on that one. And that does it for the first quarter. Up by 5. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, I'll tell you what, throughout the first, they did a great job of just running their offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
And it's Jenkins in at the 1 spot. And when you're trying to slow down a great score, there are those shots you've just got to live with, Stan.
Well, look, B.A., you can't take away everything, particularly from the great players. I think when you're game planning, what you have to decide is just that. What can you live with and what do you want to take away? And you try to just make those great players a little bit less efficient. You're not going to shut them down, but maybe you can make them a little bit less efficient.
Both free throws good for Thomas. Here's Magician. Pass to Williams. Here's Magician. Outside, Williams. They set the pick. 3-pointer. The rebound by Magician. Thomas outside. Over to the wing. Pass to Magician. All alone. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
Now here's Williams. Hasn't got one to fall yet. On Saturday and then Monday.
The road is never the highlight of your schedule for any team. But for these guys, it is a chance to go out there, test themselves, and see how well they gel outside of home court. It could be a very valuable experience.
Shoot 2.
The free throw drops for Williams. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Here's Magician. Pass to Magician. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Here's Magician. Just 5 to shoot. 3-pointer. Hits the trifecta. Magician's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Uses the glass to drop it in. Magician's got 5.
I'll tell you what, they are on fire this quarter, taking total command of this game.
Here's Mack, still without a bucket. Back to Love. 6 on the shot clock. Top of the key. It's hauled in by Fields.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Inside. Pass to Magician. Let's go with a 3. Drains the triple. Give him 8 points now.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
And it was an awful game defensively. They lost the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
And being slow on your rotations is a killer. There's not a team in the league that won't punish you for that.
As we start to wrap up voting, this list of contenders for the three-point contest begins to take its final form. And I gotta say, this is an impressive collection of talent.
Yeah, it sure is, B.A. Every single one of these guys has a clean shot at taking home the trophy. They are all elite shooters from three-point range.
He's right on the cusp of securing his spot in the three-point contest. So I hope those votes keep pouring in because he's a guy you'd love to see in the mix.
Yeah, if he can make it in the door, you know he will do everything he can to win the whole thing, and it'll be a lot of fun to watch.
And the hype around this year's three-point contest has been tremendous, and it's only increasing as All-Star Weekend gets closer.
Yeah, looking at the list now, I think any of these guys could win it. Speaking just as a fan, I can't wait to see what happens.
Gotten off to a perfect 4-for-4 start of the second. Pass to Moore. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And that one's good. Magician.
He's going off this quarter. A huge reason why this team is on top.
Got none of their first three shots to fall so far in the second. Here's Mack. He's scoreless. "11 seconds left in the first half of this one. 6 to shoot. Love for three. Knocks down the long J. Love's got his second bucket of the night. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Leading by 5. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm here with Coach Ime Udoka. And, Coach, what are some of the positives that you can take away from that first half?
Our physicality has been good to start. Obviously, a point of emphasis is keeping them under control in transition. We like how we're guarding defensively. Obviously, it is big against this team.
Great start. Thanks, Coach.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
Welcome. All right, guys, let's break it down. It has not been the ideal start.
They're getting bullied on the defensive end, but they're still standing. That says something.
Yeah, giving up so many easy buckets. How are they going to still win this game?
New topic. Fellas, we've got a number of strong contenders for this year's three-point contest.
Now that we're close to knowing who will be participating, some of these guys may be in the gym early and leaving late, shooting threes on a timer.
If you're not prepared, it's easy to look bad in this event.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. They've got Williams, and it's Love in at the 2. That's J.B. Bickerstaff's 5 as we get going in the second half. Now here's Williams. Defense is right there. Love passes to the Magician. Here's Mack. Pass to Williams. Here's Mack. Yet to see a basket. The rebound by Magician. Moore passes to the Magician. Here's Magician. Here's Magician. 10 points for him. Pass to Moore. It's tipped over Williams. Moore's shot is off. Shooting only 42%. Right side, Love. To the paint. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He might have seen something he needs to review with his guys. Looking at the 2K leaderboard, here are the teams that have been consistently dominant on the offensive end of the floor over the last month.
Well, their offensive efficiency has been incredible. It's why no one wants to play them right now.
Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. Here's Lewis, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
At the line for 2, Lewis.
First free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
look at the stats for him.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games, looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line, and it's been fun to watch.
Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. Here's Floyd. Offline with a 3. Shooting only 42%. Magician, the pass to the Magician. Here's Mack. No points so far. Pass to Lewis.
2 minutes.
There's a screen. Clock at 4. Here's Magician. The rebound by Magician. Magician's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Magician. Oh, he nails the corner 3. Magician's got 13.
Yeah, way back when I started coaching, you never wanted a three-pointer on a fast break. Now, it's the shot teams are looking for.
Now here's Love. He's got 5. Mack's shot is off. Pass to Floyd. Launches it. Gets the 3 ball to go. He has 6.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Here's Magician. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. There's 48 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Here's Moore. Pass to Magician.
Get there, get there.
Out to the wing. Here's Magician. That 3's off the mark. Gone 0 for 4. Not the way they want to start the second half. Here's Mack. Still no points.
I see him.
Pass to Williams. The 3. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. They're up by 11. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great pass.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. And it's Jenkins in at the point. There's a screen. Pass to Williams. Love against Thomas. Here's Magician. That one's good. Nothing but net.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Here's Jenkins. Williams defending. Here's Jenkins. Here's Magician. And he gets the bucket.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
The shot by Magician, no good.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First team foul.
And nice job to go at the rack and force the foul.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. 1 minute in now in the fourth quarter. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Moore's checked in for Thomas. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
J.B. Bickerstaff had some words for his team over the break. He stressed with his guys how important defense is at this point of the game, saying, quote, "It's got to come down to stops, fellas. We know how good our offense is. Now I need you to communicate and D-up out there."
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Outside, Williams. Here's Lewis. Takes the shot. He drills the wide open jumper.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
Here's Magician. Takes a three. The triple drops.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
From 8 feet. Ooh, it misses. Shooting at a very efficient 67%. Fires the three. And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Here's Magician, covered by Love. 5 on the clock. Here's Magician. Oh, the feathery touch. Dropped it right over the rim.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call. Grant, you look at some of the rule changes in recent years. Does it seem to you like coaches' challenges are here to stay?
You know, B.A., it does. And I think that's a good thing. You know, I can think of a few calls I would have liked to challenge in my day. So it's a nice option to have.
Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And Grant, many of the newer rules have helped unlock offenses. Any need to help out the defense?
You know, I think the rules are fine, B.A. It's just about allowing defenders to do their job and limiting the cheap foul calls so they can stay on the floor.
Can't get it.
And they're ahead right now because they're working so hard on the glass.
Yeah, they're winning the possession battle, and that's often what decides games in the NBA.
Oh, got a piece of it. 43 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Here's more. Can't hit it. Here's Mack. Outside Williams. Oh, off target from downtown. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Alongside Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. And time now for our player of the game.